momento que tengo que aprender esto. Vale. No me da aire. Sí. Mejor así, ¿no? Y estamos de vuelta aquí con Metal Gear Solid 2. Hoy estoy mucho más... con muchas más energías que el otro día. Que estaba fatal. Espero que voy a publicar el link. Estoy en directo jugando a Metal Gear Solid 2. Manita facera facilita. Y vale, aquí estamos. Hemos derrotado a Olga en el anterior directo. Y aquí tenemos esta arma, pero que tengo un pequeño problema, que no tiene... Ah, sí puedo colocarlo. Vale, ¿cómo coloco el silencio? Ah, pero se lo tengo que quitar antes a este, ¿no? ¿O no? No me deja. Entonces nada. Me lo tengo que llevar así. Mejor le aumento el brillo a... No lo sé, no me convence. Si hago esto no me convence tampoco la posición de mi cámara. Necesito ponerlo mucho más alto. Pero no, es que no da... No es como lo quiero. Cierto, me compré esto. Estaba bastante fachera. Me quería comprar otra cosa, pero al final, jiji, me terminé comprando una tontería. O sea, creo que lo voy a dejar así. No me recuerdo qué tenía que hacer. Ahí sí, dormimos antes a estos tipos. Bueno. Que si no me escuchan mientras hago esta cosa. Va, ya está, ¿no? De hecho ya puedo pasar. Y ya está. Oh Dios, estaba otro. Me había dado cuenta. Mierda. Casi me descubren. Quédate dormido. Que me quiero ir de aquí. Adiós. Este tipo no estaba antes. Vale, me es sutil. Bueno, la mierda, no necesito nada más. Esto era lo más útil que podía encontrar.
Freeze.
A ver, agárralo desde la pierna, así es. Venga. Aquí está. Quería comida, pero va, no importa. ¿Para qué es lo que tenía que ser? No recuerdo. Bueno, a lo mejor sí. A lo mejor y ya empiezo a recordar. Vaya, tenía suficiente. No, ¿por qué no? Bueno, no es lo mejor, pero vale. Estaba equivocando. No estaba igual.
Freeze.
Ahora necesito un silenciador, pero no lo tengo aquí. Lo único que puedo hacer es esconderme aquí. Creo que tengo que antes cerrar esto. Bueno, no me siente nadie. O sea, no me escucha nadie. Pero un momento. Aún no se ha terminado. De eso no. A lo mejor no lo veo desde aquí. Ahí está. Todavía falta. No entiendo. Ah, vale. Ya está. Lo hice.
Bridge checkpoint passed. All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
Por cierto, también me he comprado el día unos diferentes volúmenes de Soul Eater. Si no han visto el anime, se los aconsejo, que está bastante bueno. Aunque bueno, hacia el final toma una ruta algo diferente, pero por el resto está buenísimo. Y bueno, encontré el manga en un lugar aquí cerca y me lo he comprado. Me he comprado cuatro volúmenes. 4 volúmenes. Vale, ya no me dan municiones para la M19, pero tan solo para esta. O sea, la M9. Siento, a veces me confundo. Vale, por aquí empieza un combate. Hay que tener cuidado. Sí. De eso no me equivocaba.
Sealed the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control.
We're on the foredeck, about to descend to the holds.
Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before the end of the speech.
All communications to the holds have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
Let no one down into the holds until we are out.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir.
Es lo que tiene Europa. Momento. Por favor. a ser más fácil. Ya está.
Who goes there?
Aquí está.
Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
The Colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
Se andaba bien psicópata.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses.
The men down here are definitely Marines.
The current state of nuclear.
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No. I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Okay,
Voy a intentar no
let's go
hacerme
over this one more
detectar.
time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front, front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking?
There should be a Marines
Vaya, tienes la foto, ¿no?
Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into U.S. military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install.
Puse el ventilador aquí porque me está
Why
matando este
bother
color.
with anything that complicated?
Y además
No,
estoy
it's pretty
encerrado aquí.
simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
All right, we'll deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike.
Vámonos.
The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces.
Está un tipo en
The only thing
calzones.
that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained,
No puedo tomar la foto desde aquí.
and it will be
Igual voy a utilizar la
the
caja.
Marine
por si
Corps
me-
and our Ray that will accomplish this. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out.
Hasta aquí todavía.
The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background.
Bueno, adiós.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind.
Aquí va a estar más difícil.
Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. This turned out to be longer than expected. At ease, rest a little.
No confío nada. Yo lo sabía.
To move on, I have a daughter. It is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected, and make its landing on any shoreline.
Venga. A dar la vuelta.
Its onboard Joint Tactical Information Distribution System identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident.
No me queda mucho tiempo.
The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
Necesito una foto frontal, derecha, izquierda, y en la izquierda debe haber un marchio, una marca.
Metal Gear.
This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before. We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship. Intruder to the left!
Freeze.
Intruder in the back! Intruder to the right!
Vale, vale. Un momento.
If that actually happened, I expect you to be prepared. We cannot and will not give up Ray. Stay on your guard at all times. To move on, George Sears surrendered his presidency in the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and
No se den la vuelta,
warheads. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up costed his influence in the political community. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces.
Good.
That is our mission. You will bear that in mind. The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology are about to render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own power and influence. The human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of that last century. And we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. The Metal Gear Ray you see is here to prevent that possibility.
Venga, no me queda tiempo. Primera foto no era necesaria, pero bueno.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? The first image is... You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot. The next one's... Sorry, but...
Sí, lo siento, lo siento. Vale, y la frontal. No, me olvidé de hacer la parte frontal, ¿no? Vale, no creo que sea difícil, ¿no?
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater. Move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline.
Good.
Ya está. Me preocupaba más la parte izquierda y la parte derecha. Y la marca.
Okay.
Foto de terminar. Olvídate de las fotos y sal de ahí ahora mismo. Bah, creo que va a ser imposible, Ottoman.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Reign. That is all. Dismissed.
Aquí está la salud.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
Así es. Demasiado épico, Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
Había más soldados antes, me parece.
Nobody move. Understood? This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
Odiaste la versión equivocada, querido Kurlogovich, así creo que se llama, ¿no?
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
No.
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back.
Te traicionaron, amigo.
Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo. How's that possible?
Lale Lule Lo.
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Golukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War. Metal Gear only has room for one. Golukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Ha muerto de inocente. Bueno, está de inocente, ¿verdad?
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Está hablando a mí. Espérate, precio.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program. Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid! The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
Qué forma de morir. Una bala en el pecho y ahogándose. Por cierto, nunca me quedó claro si al final Ocelot estaba de verdad poseído por el brazo de Liquid o si simplemente se hizo esa cosa, ¿cómo se llama? Bueno, no me recuerdo cómo se llama, pero básicamente se hizo una cosa para actuar como si fuera de verdad el Liquid y al final haciendo toda esa cosa se terminó, puedo decir, quemando el cerebro, pues podemos decir, ¿no? Bueno, se volvió loco.
You don't have what it takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
Aunque bueno, al final el objetivo era siempre el mismo, porque tanto Liquid como Ocelot querían la misma cosa al final. O sea, hacer que el sueño de su padre, de Big Boss, se cumpliera. Tremendo culo, tremendo culo, Snake. Y aquí, chicos, se nos muere el Solid Snake. Adiós para siempre. No. Dije que te has muerto. Muérete.
Proceeding as planned, sir. Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Dun, 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 dun. aquí se nos muere Solid Snake. Adiós para siempre, amigo. Eso. 6:25. Bueno, leamos ustedes, meta en pausa, pero no voy a leerme todo así. Yo me lo leí, pero rápido.
Tanker 2 years ago.
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the big shell under complete control.
La Mother Base.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Know your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the president. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 million? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant's struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codex receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the big shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Si les parece familiar todo esto, no es
Your new
coincidencia.
sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Vale. Vamos, Raiden. Por si se lo preguntan, no, no es Snake. Por cierto, una cosa que yo no sabía. Un momentito. Es que ya se podía ver la bomba, que ya está, mira, ahí está.
Got your feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming.
Sí, bueno. Ahí está la bomba que va a poner Pliskin. Bueno, que ya puso. Y yo esta cosa no la sabía, que ya la podía encontrar desde el inicio.
Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster. Change your heading with...
Sí, bueno. Qué diversión, tan solo serían cosas para llevar. No me parece no. Estaba buscando una escalera para poder mirar. Deben de haber cosas por allá, si no me equivoco. Vale, está en la acción. Sí, creo que le voy a aumentar un poco el brillo aquí. Para el Metal Gear Solid 3 le voy a poner un color a esto. Le voy a poner un color verde, pero bastante oscuro. Ya veremos. Sí, me lo imaginaba que me estaba regresando atrás, porque me he distraído. Vale, no hay nada más aquí.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gorlukovich man.
Gorlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
No. Es que Gorlukovich está algo muerto, ¿sabes? Es algo imposible. ¿Quién será este señor? Bueno, no ayuda, Snake. Bueno, vamos a seguir.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. Should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Hablan más que en el Metal Gear Solid 1.
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Vale, aquí la computadora era algo diferente porque... O sea, no la computadora, la radar. Es algo diferente porque tienes que acceder cada vez a una nueva área en la computadora. Y así puedes tener acceso también al radar del lugar. Y aquí está. Sangre sí. La tipo 1. Va. Así está bien. Regresa a la pantalla de inicio. Vale. El problema es que yo no he salvado.
This is Snake.
The texture isn't far removed. The hatch with a...
Qué tontería más grande, en serio. Voy a pasar todo esto porque la verdad es que me importa una mierda.
Colonel, there's... Voy a intentar no hacer tonterías esta vez. Ya está, ¿no? Ya está. Tenía que hacer tan solo esto.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now.
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, You're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
Prefería Bataclan. Es que es una pesadilla, Rose.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
I'm under enemy fire. Secure the perimeter.
Pero me voy hasta aquí para hacer algo de tiempo. Vale. Estoy de vuelta. Cállese, mierda. No está pasando nada. Va, ya está. Al igual que Metal Gear Solid 1.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
¿Tú qué sabes? Tú no sabes una mierda.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
Hijo de puta. Me cagaron encima. Esto es aposta. Ah, por aquí se entra.
Raiden, look at that wire fence. You may be able to crawl through it.
No me digas.
Crouch down using the crawl.
Sí, bueno, ya. Por favor, no me expliques todo. Ya he jugado a Metal Gear.
Raiden, SEAL Team 10 is in.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us. You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's direct command, and the NSDD came from the Vice President and the Secretary of Defense. Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
Okay. Aquí no hay nada, ¿no? No, pensé que había una pistola.
I'll go check the roof. I'll leave the first floor to you, okay? Understood.
Por allá está la compu.
Colonel, I've located the node, but it's under heavy surveillance. I can't get in any closer.
Distract them. Try making some noise to draw their attention away.
How?
Flatten yourself against a wall and hit the punch button.
Got it.
Un momento, tengo que escucharlo. Ya vuelvo. Ya estoy. Estaba alineando una carne por ahí para comer esta tarde. Tengo ganas de helado.
Got one, I see. Don't leave him lying around. Hide the body as soon as possible. When his comrades come back from the roof, you don't want him being found. If they do find him, they'll be on the alert and things can get difficult. When you take a hostile down, hide the body where a patrol is unlikely to come around. You can drag an enemy personnel's body. This is how to do it. First...
Ya, es que yo lo sé, por favor. Necesito primero municiones para la pistola. O sea, necesito primero la pistola para poder agarrar municiones. Bueno, ya está. ¿Quién es esta señorita? Raiden, ¿le acabas de dar un besito? ¿Qué te pasa? Vale. Por aquí no puedo entrar. ¿Por dónde me voy? ¿Izquierda o derecha? Voy primero por la derecha. No te vamos a salvar.
What's up, Jack?
Guardar.
Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
No, no lo sé, Rose.
I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. You should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Vale. Es que Rose me ha agobiado, en serio.
Raiden, watch your back. That's a cipher, a type of UAV. If it spots you, it will alert enemy personnel.
Sí, bueno, es que yo lo sé, yo lo sé. Uf. Ok, estuvo cerca. Aquí necesito tarjetas de nivel 3, 2 y mucho más. Qué mal que no fumes, Raiden. Vale, por fin aquí tengo la M19. Tengo que tener mucho cuidado. Este es de nivel 2. Allá también está de nivel 2. Este es de nivel 3. Joder. No, no hay nadie. Va, no puedo acceder por estos lados. Necesito una compu para este puesto. Joder. Soy buenísimo para esto. ¿Está alguien más? Yo creo que sí. Vale, sí está alguien, pero está dormido. Puede ser el tipo que acabo de dormir, no lo sé. Vale, granadas stanga. Vale, es aquí donde... ¡Oh, diablos! Por aquí vine. Creo, ¿no? Yo creo que sí. Como no puedo ir por ningún otro lado, tengo que hacer por fuerza esta ruta.
Raiden, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge. They will spot you if you continue on course.
Any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Hanging?
Face any way.
Vale, me están haciendo otra vez tutorial, pero ya sé todas estas cosas. Vale. Si más rápido hago esto, ¿qué les parece? Y ya está. No me ando preocupando de nada. Gracias. Y me voy. Está más simple, ¿no? Yo creo que lo voy a dejar aquí. Ya mañana sigo. Aquí está The Vamp.
What's going on? Alpha, respond!
Te expusiste, Raiden. ¿Qué te pasa?
What are you?
Five today. Or rather, 6.
Get down!
¿Quién es este tipo?
Where is he?
Ouch.
Strange smell. You smell like... Are you?
It has to be. Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
¿Acaso te llamas Meryl?
Vamp,
Yeah, Queen?
are you all done cleaning up?
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in person. Where are you?
In the central unit with the president.
Be right there.
Hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down. My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin. Lieutenant Junior Gray.
Iroquois. ¿Quién es este señor? No lo conozco. Ni idea.
Are you a Navy SEAL? How did you get in?
Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
Have I seen you before?
That suit. Are you Foxhound?
That's right.
Foxhound was disbanded. Huh? Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
I was part of the Army's Force 21 trials.
Force 21? That's about tactical IT deployment, right? Any field experience?
No, not really.
So this is your first.
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
Sneaking mission 60. Weapons 80. Advanced
VR, huh?
but realistic in every way.
A virtual grunt of the digital age, that's just great.
That's far more effective than live exercises.
You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year, a few soldiers die in field exercises.
There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations. War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
Por cierto, se dice que... Bueno, igual que Metal Gear Solid 3 y Metal Gear Solid 1, en realidad es un entrenamiento de Raiden.
Right. What's going on?
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a single survivor.
The kid's wired with nanomachines.
What about the president?
Looks like they took him somewhere else.
I see. You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah. Lieutenant
Pero bueno, al final es tan solo una teoría esta, porque no se ha confirmado nada. Y espero lo dejen así en el remake, la verdad. No quiero que se confirme nada. A veces hay que dejar todo a la imaginación de uno.
Take a look.
What the hell?
A Navy captain.
You all right?
Sí, está perdiendo demasiada
Give me
sangre.
a few minutes. Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
What was that man just now?
That blood-sucking freak.
Es un chupapicas.
He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
You won't see that in VR, I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell? Him?
A special forces unit created by ex-President George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme.
Batman, Virtue, Pump y George Sears.
We estimate that no fewer than 100
Que bueno,
people
en realidad
died as
es
a result
Liquid,
of
no,
accidents in the Dead Cell
Solidus
arranged on their
Snake.
own. They were out of control, and it all came to a head 6 months ago.
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one of them.
Why would they go after the big shell?
How should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic fringe.
What about their leader? He says he's Solid Snake.
Snake died 2 years ago.
You mean the incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and madmen.
You're saying Snake is still alive and pulled another one?
No, he's not involved in this one. His body was positively ID'd 2 years ago.
Snake is dead.
And buried.
Así
What
es.
about the other soldiers?
Y este Pliskin no sé quién es.
Former Soviet military. They're probably mercenaries. The big shell is too much ground for just Dead Cell members to hold down. You weren't briefed on any of this? And you came in alone to boot? Why? What are you really doing here? Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me.
I don't smoke.
Keep it anyway. May come in handy.
Y la verdad que sí.
Take this too.
Muy buena.
Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Bravo Zero, currently at the bridge between struts B and C. The president is... Damn, I can't hit this thing. It's like some bad dream. Alpha, anyone, come in, all Alpha. This is Bravo Zero.
Aren't you going to answer him?
BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
I need a few more minutes. Remember my frequency. It's 141.80.
141.80. Got it.
I've been briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about dead
Yo voy a
contact me.
apagar aquí porque voy a comer.
Right?
Yeah, but I can
Y seguimos mañana, sin dudas.
Hey, what's your name?
Raiden.
Raiden? Strange code name.
Makes up for the boring one my parents gave me.
Maybe I'll find out someday.
Y bueno, yo lo voy a dejar aquí. Nos vemos mañana con el tercer capítulo de esta serie. Y así que, chao.